Deep beneath the rugged Guadalupe Mountains of southeastern New Mexico lies a world unlike any other. Carlsbad Caverns National Park protects a sprawling network of underground chambers. It's a place recognized globally as a World Heritage Site and one of the most accessible and well-preserved cave systems on Earth. It's a place of immense scale and intricate beauty, drawing visitors curious about the secrets held within the rock. Forget everything you thought you knew about cave formation. Many caves form from rainwater picking up carbon dioxide, creating carbonic acid that slowly dissolves limestone. But Carlsbad Caverns has a different origin story. Millions of years ago, hydrogen sulfide gas, seeping up from deep petroleum reserves, mixed with oxygen in groundwater. This reaction created sulfuric acid, a far more aggressive solvent. This powerful acid ate away at the limestone from below, hollowing out the massive chambers we see today. Finding gypsum crystals here offers key evidence of this unique process. This underground landscape holds a memory of an ancient world. Approximately 250 million years ago, the area sat on the edge of an inland sea. This sea teemed with marine life. It included not just corals, but also bryozoans, sponges, and microorganisms. Their remains built a massive reef, known today as the Capitan Reef. Over eons, this reef was buried by sediment. It was uplifted by tectonic forces, and then carved by erosion and the sulfuric acid. This process left behind the dramatic Guadalupe Mountains and the caverns within. Walk the paths underground, and you encounter formations that seem sculpted by an unseen hand. Water dripping and evaporating over millennia leaves behind calcium carbonate deposits. These build downward from the ceiling as stalactites and upward from the floor as stalagmites. These are just the start. Columns form when the two meet. You see delicate soda straws, flowing draperies, gravity-defying helictites, and granular popcorn. The rate they grow changes with temperature and rainfall, and trace minerals lend them striking colors. The modern story of exploration here often begins with a teenager named Jim White around 1898. Jim White was drawn by what he initially thought was smoke or a whirlwind. It was actually a massive cloud of bats leaving a hole in the ground. White ventured in with a simple homemade wire ladder. He was one of the first to truly explore the extent of the main cavern. Venturing into the darkness, he gave names to the grand spaces he discovered, like the Big Room, King's Palace, and the Queen's Chamber. His early explorations, sometimes with a companion, sometimes alone, laid the groundwork for what the park would become. Getting into the cavern in the early days was a rugged affair. It primarily involved that steep, switchback ramp winding down 750 feet. It was a tiring climb back out. That changed in 1932 with the opening of the park's large visitor center. This new building didn't just offer amenities. It housed 2 elevators, offering a dramatically different way to descend hundreds of feet underground in mere moments. This innovation made the wonders of Carlsbad Cavern accessible to far more people. At the heart of the park's primary show cave lies the Big Room, sometimes called the Hall of the Giants. It's an astounding space, stretching nearly 4,000 feet long, over 600 feet wide, and reaching heights of 255 feet. Imagine the scale. That is enough floor space to hold thousands upon thousands of people. Standing within it, surrounded by massive columns and formations given evocative names like the Rock of Ages or the Giant Dome, the sheer volume is breathtaking. It is the largest underground chamber by surface area in North America. Beyond the sheer size of the Big Room, the cavern system is a maze of uniquely characterized chambers. There's the Queen's Chamber, often considered the most beautiful. This is where explorer Jim White once had his lantern go out, spending what felt like an eternity in absolute darkness. There's the Lake of the Clouds, named for formations that formed underwater and marking the lowest known point in the main cavern system. The Spirit World, high in the ceiling, got its name from white formations resembling ethereal figures. Exploring these complex cave systems requires ingenuity. While early explorers like White used simple ladders, modern cavers employ advanced techniques. One remarkable method involved using helium balloons tied to a lightweight cord. They would float a line over an obstacle high above, like the leaning stalagmite near the bottomless pit. This allowed access to areas previously unreachable, including the aptly named Spirit World. A smaller area accessed this way near the entrance is even called the Balloon Ballroom. Exploration here isn't just history. It's ongoing. In 1993, nearly a mile of new passages was discovered in the ceiling of the New Mexico Room, a complex maze dubbed Chocolate High. More recently, in 2013, a cave technician discovered a new chamber high above the Spirit World area on Halloween, appropriately naming it Halloween Hall. It held over 1,000 bat bones. Exploration continues even today. In 2018, explorers pushed through a tiny passage in the mystery room to map completely new areas. They added names like the Tomb of the Sky Bears to the map and discovered the second deepest point, the Lake of Muddy Misery. While Carlsbad Cavern is the park's main attraction, it's just one of over 119 known caves here. Perhaps the most famous other cave here is Lechugilla Cave. Unlike Carlsbad Cavern, it's known for its incredibly pristine condition, spectacular and delicate formations, and significant scientific value. Discovered more widely in 1986, it has been mapped to over 120 miles and is the second deepest limestone cave in the U.S. Access is highly restricted, reserved primarily for scientific expeditions studying its unique environment, including antibiotic-resistant bacteria found there. One of the park's most anticipated natural spectacles happens every evening from spring through fall. Hundreds of thousands of Mexican free-tailed bats that call the cavern home emerge from the natural entrance en masse. They spiral out in a dense, counterclockwise stream, taking flight to feed in the surrounding desert night. It's a natural phenomenon that drew Jim White to the area in the first place, mistaking the distant cloud of bats for something volcanic. The population of Mexican free-tailed bats here was once estimated in the millions. While still significant, modern estimates are much lower, peaking around 793,000 in a 2005 count using thermal imaging cameras. The exact reasons for this decline are still being studied, though the historical use of organochlorine pesticides like DDT is considered a likely factor. Witnessing the bat flight remains a powerful experience, connecting visitors to the park's vibrant ecosystem, both above and below ground. Carlsbad Caverns offers more than just its deep underground wonders. The park also protects a significant piece of desert landscape. A notable feature is Rattlesnake Springs, a rare riparian area in the arid environment. This natural oasis serves as a critical water source and a hotspot for wildlife, particularly birds. Over 300 bird species have been recorded here, making it a significant destination for birdwatchers, and a vivid contrast to the subterranean world just miles away.